r/AskReddit. What's a sexual deal breaker for you in a relationship? Maybe a bit late, but who cares? Once a girl asked me to bring my dog. But when I asked what for, she said that she wanted him to join us. Never got anywhere near her. "That's gonna be a no from my dog," said the Irishman. Edit: I think this is my first ever silver. Thanks to both of you wonderful people. I was once told by someone that they have a sexual fantasy of getting an STD. Fucking goodbye. They're called bug chasers. I've seen some horrifying posts about the ones that fantasize about giving their list of STDs to other people without them knowing. Remember to use protection, everyone. 'Cause this is a hole. One came up for me when I was dating a woman who had been sexually abused in early childhood. She wanted me to roleplay that she was a toddler and I was an adult who was molesting her. It's not that I was judgmental about that. I can understand how that could be healing to reenact that in a situation where she was actually in control, but it was way outside the boundaries of what I was comfortable with. I said no, and our relationship went to shit immediately after that. I have a friend who is a cop, and before he could get hired on at a good department, he took a job as a cop at a large hospital downtown. He was telling me messed up stuff one weekend and how some vagrants allow a sex act called side-holing performed on them. It's where people who have colostomy bags remove the tube and charge people to let them fuck the hole. When my friend's wife was going through colon cancer treatment, the doctors explicitly warned them no stomach sex. A little after college, I started having an issue where my ass just started stinking all the time out of nowhere. All of a sudden I just started sweating badly in the crotch and ass area. No matter how much I washed down there, it would start smelling bad by midday. I finally changed my underwear from cotton boxers to these compression-fitting polyester, spandex material. Game changer for real. I remained dry down there all day. I also started using Under Armour compression shirts as undershirts for the same reason. Edit: I'm really into male hygiene because I suffered a horrific encounter when I was younger. I'm just trying to give you the information about what helped me. If your ass stinks and you know it and struggling to find out why this is for you. So about the age of 22, I was talking to this girl who was 24-ish at the time. We're hitting it off perfectly and she invites me over. We're getting into it and the pants come off. As I'm getting the condom ready, I notice she's looking at me weird. I'm like, what? I am not touching that dick with any part of my body. I'm confused because I know I'm clean of STDs and I'm about to put a condom on. What could the issue be? You fucking stink. You need to shave. You need to shower before I do anything. You can just forget about tonight. At that moment I knew I had to face a painful reality. I need to figure this out. So over time I just tried different solutions and combinations until one worked. You want to be comfortable and you want to make sure that the source of comfort is of value. A lot of it is also maintenance. Dieting better, working out. Sleep. Another thing a lot of people fail to do. Get adequate sleep. Also, excessive alcohol contributes to poor hygiene. Gradually making those changes over time leads to people treating me better. Make no mistake. People will treat you better if you get in better shape, hygiene, and self-confidence. And that comes with its benefits. One last anecdote. About 10 years ago I and a friend were driving somewhere having a conversation. He gave me this advice. A good way to boost your confidence is to walk around like you have a cape on your back. Not all time or you'll come off as a douchebag. Like when you're at work and you need to take a trip to the bathroom. Your posture tends to straighten up and you give off a more positive vibe to those around you. Not being willing to spice it up or change it up. I knew my husband was the one when our first vacation together. We were checking out the beach house we rented, and before we'd even made it upstairs he pushed me up against the counter and just pulled my pants down. Best vacation ever. Even after 2 kids and several years, we still surprise each other by jumping in the shower with each other or having kitchen sex when the kids are asleep. I think you hit the nail on the head. Spicing it up with spontaneity is what I enjoy. Keeps things fresh and exciting. Bad kissing, by which I mean the inability, lack of initiative to learn to kiss the way your partner likes. I love kissing and consider it maybe the most important part of any sex act, and it's a huge turn on for me. But I've had a lot of people confuse that for more tongue. I like light kissing that gets deeper and only some tongue. If you don't kiss the same as me when we start out, that is fine. I specifically have a grace period when I start seeing someone because I'm so specific about it. If we can't figure out some compromise, though, and you won't kiss me softly for a little, I'm just not gonna be aroused at all. Oh man, I met this girl back in March and the first time was kissed. It was like she did her best to press her lips as hard as possible against mine to the point where it almost hurt. Thing is, I just asked her to kiss a lot more gently and she said she appreciated the feedback. Now I love all of our kisses. Communication and compromise is a hell of a thing. Honestly? Someone once tried to incorporate my CSA, childhood sexual abuse, into our bedroom. Without prompt or discussion. It's the only time I've ever stopped someone and fucking left them and never returned. Edit, I never said it was a daddy kink. Some dense numpties out there are having a hard time grasping the concept, and borderline defending the asshole, but the bottom line is that the only person who can decide how to handle their trauma is the survivor. That is tough to deal with on all parties. I dated a chick that was sexually abused as a child. She had to go to some pretty dark places in order for her to really get off. I didn't like it. It started off as normal sex, but she got bored with it and needed to go further. I'll slap the shit out of a woman's ass. But I can't do the slap the face, degrading talk. She wound up getting pretty nasty with me. I don't know if this was to try to trigger me into abusing her, but I stopped talking to her. She found her way onto my Facebook wall one day and started arguing with me. Sent me a nasty FB message. I blocked her. She apologized via phone text. Still had my number from dating. Said she got on meds. I hope she got help and also hope to never see her again. Man. I met a girl like this who liked to be abused, liked pain, liked to be choked, even liked to be cut. I'm into light choking and ass slapping, so I was like, I'll try but no cutting. When we tried to hook up before I even got her clothes off, she was clearly not okay and I asked what was wrong. She said she didn't like touching. To me, that's the best part, but I didn't want to make her feel weird, so I said okay. Things come back to a halt when it's pretty obvious there's still something up. So she asks me to hit her, like backhand across the face. I backhanded her pretty fucking hard and honestly, she took it like a champ. But suddenly everything felt different and wrong, so we had to stop. Weird way to discover that I don't have that fetish. When guys do that, grab the back of your head and push you to their dick trying to get you to give them a BJ. Like, chill dude, I'll come to it, you don't have to be all chest puffer about it. But I've got some personal trauma about that kind of scenario, so this is a very me thing, and I understand why some people will disagree or even find it hot. I'd rather make my own decisions about it though. You're not alone. I'm very not into having the back of my head manhandled. Petting, playing with my hair a little while I'm going to town? Fine. But don't grab hunks of my hair and try to slam dunk my skull into your crotch. It is not appealing in the least. I feel like this is a direct result of men watching too much pornography and not having a frame of reference for real life. Like, yes, I will vomit. No, I won't feel bad. I had a guy do that once and I actually puked. However, he didn't let up his hand. This is disgusting, but I nearly passed out and had to swallow it. He let me up for air and was so thrilled. He said he loved how much wetter it felt. He was an absolute asshole. No, offensio, but how do I unread something? My ex was uncircumcised but didn't know how to manage it and would leave piss drops in his foreskin and it smelled like death. Go wash your dick is not a great way to start sex. Another time I had to stop sex because my partner's tongue scraped across my teeth and a bunch of tongue crud was released in my mouth. I told him to go scrape his tongue and come back, yikes. Basically, just make sure you are clean and fresh for sex. I always run off and use a wet wipe on my pussy and butthole to make sure they are extra clean, and I brush my teeth if need be. I expect my partners to do the same. It takes a minute or two but extremely improves things. Edit, not to say uncircumcised penises aren't clean. Honestly, I prefer them. Just my ex was kind of gross and behind on the hygiene game.